Welcome to the Bible, the Basketball, and the Briefcase podcast. I'm excited to have you with me today. I'm your host, Jay Martin, and I'm excited to have Dawson Lively with us today. Dawson is a high school basketball player here in Arkansas, and you're playing at Lead Hill, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's up in north central Arkansas, and you're a senior, is that right? Okay. And I wanted to bring Dawson in to meet you and to introduce to my audience. We love to talk about the Bible. We love to talk about the briefcase, but it's basketball time. And so we want to talk about the basketball today and spend this podcast really highlighting this young man. And I met his aunt and got to visiting with her about this podcast and about needing and wanting to interview some great basketball players in the state. And she said, well, I have this nephew, and she began to talk with me about something that he's known for, and it kind of went together with something that I have taught as a basketball coach. And so I want everyone to know, you are the assist man. Yes. You're Dawson Lively, the assist man. Is that correct? And some of our viewers may not know what an assist is. Why don't you tell them what an assist is?
An assist is when you pass up a shot, and it could even be like a shot for a better shot, or it could just be you pass and then they make a shot and score.
And assists it's the kind of play that you do where a player gives up the ball, usually so that someone else can make a basket. Now, sometimes they give up the ball and they'll get the pass back because they're in a really good place to make a shot or make a layup. But it's really a very unselfish move that you do in basketball. When I used to coach basketball, I coached between college and law school. I taught a group of girls, and we went on. We got to win the championship. It was so cool. We cut down the nets, and there was lots of long days in law school that I wish I was back there coaching. But I emphasized to them, and then again when I taught my daughters and coached them in basketball for about 6 years, that I keep score with assists. Mm-hmm. Most players get good at making a basket, and of course you work on the shot and work on free throws, but it comes pretty natural to get in the groove and to want to make a shot. But sometimes to be able to see the court, and what I call it is to kind of be the quarterback of the team, to be able to make that pass just like a quarterback does to the player that can score. So that's I just applaud the fact that you are known for assists. And your junior year, you're a senior. Your junior year last year, I can't believe how many assists you made.
Yeah, I was. I didn't really play much at the school I went to before, so I moved to a new one. And I was inexperienced, but I got 269 assists in the season. Goodness. I think I was ranked 4th in the nation.
Wow.
As a junior.
My goodness, 4th in the nation. And I did the math based on the number of games that you played in, and that's like over 6 assists per game.
Yes, sir.
Which I like to equate an assist with a 3-point shot. So that's like averaging 6 3-pointers a game. So, well, and so I know your team had a lot of success. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got to state, and we were out first round, but we got into a little mix-up, and some of our starters couldn't play. But it was a good run last year.
Absolutely. And so, obviously, and you play guard, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you point guard or point guard? Okay. And so I think it's even more important for a point guard to be able to be good at assists and to see the court. Were you able to get a lot of the players involved last season with your assist and help them score?
Yeah, I feel like they understood how I played really quickly because over the summer we built a lot of chemistry with them, and I think they understood where to go, where to be and stuff last year.
Okay, great. Well, I didn't realize, but y'all already have played 7 games this season at Lead Hill, and you're 6-1. And as I understand it, this season you're even doing more assists per game so far. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We've played 7 games, and I'm averaging 10.1 assists per game so far. I have 71 assists already this season.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there's no way you're not going to eclipse last year if you have 71 through only 7 games with an average of 10 per game. That is just incredible. And again, if you equate an assist to a 3-point shot, it's like you're averaging over 30 points in 3-pointers a game. And plus, I know you don't just do assists. I know you have to rebound, play defense, shoot the ball, and lots of other things that you have to do as a player. But I want our audience to know that you are Lively, the assist guy, because I really think that's something that is so needed. And when a player understands how important getting the ball to other players is, I think it speaks to your character about being unselfish and the fact that you're a leader. And so I love that about your game. So let's talk about the season. I know you've played 7 games, and you play at Lead Hill. What conference is Lead Hill in?
So we're in the 1A, Class 1A, and I feel like this year we're going to be a lot better. And
yeah. What are some of your the other teams in your conference?
So we have Jasper, which would be a pretty good matchup, and then we have Omaha, Deer, Kingston.
Okay. Well, I tell you, I love small town basketball. I have to be honest with you. I don't know if you've ever heard of the movie Hoosiers.
Oh, yes.
Have you watched that movie?
Love it.
I probably only watched it about 50 times. And I think what's so special is does Lead Hill have a football team?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so some schools are so small that they don't have enough people in the school to have a football team, and there's lots of those schools throughout the state. So basketball becomes the sport in these schools. And it is, if you've ever been to a 1A basketball game, it's just absolutely incredible. And I got to coach in some, and it was just absolutely the atmosphere. It's kind of like Hoosiers, where everyone, you see all the headlights, everyone driving to the game, and there's no place to park because the gym is full. So that's kind of what I think about when I think about small town basketball. But so. How many games do you have? You have over 20 games this season, I guess?
Mm-hmm. We should have about 38-ish.
Wow.
Like just season games, and then that's not counting like how far we go into regional state.
Right. And I know you have a tournament coming up too during the season tournament. So I know that can add some games if you keep winning, which is exciting. So, well. So, have you set any goals for your team or for yourself in the upcoming basketball season?
So, obviously, the assist record, I'm going for that.
That is awesome. Do you know what that is?
I really don't. I've just been watching like the leaderboard and seeing.
Yeah.
I want to be. Right now, I'm first in the nation.
Okay.
So
Oh my goodness.
Stay up there.
That is incredible. So, do you know what like in 1A? Do you know what the most assists ever were?
I know how much assists was in a game, and it was in 1993, and it was 21 assists in the game.
Oh, my goodness.
And then my last game, I had 15 assists.
Oh, my goodness. You almost set the record.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Pretty awesome.
Well, so I'm going to see if there's that stat for high school boys basketball to find out what the overall season assist number is, and I'm going to pull for you that you're going to break that record.
Yes, sir.
In your high school career. How long have you played basketball?
I've played basketball since I was really little.
Okay.
As far as I can remember, that was the first thing I picked up was basketball. My first word too was ball.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you, Dawson, a couple things. One, I know that you're at Lead Hill now, and you've been there your junior and senior year, but your freshman and sophomore year, you were at Bergman. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And were you still interested in assists then?
I didn't play that much.
Okay,
I didn't
understand.
see the floor, really.
I understand. Yeah. But Bergman did pretty well while you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? So tell me about playing there as a freshman and sophomore.
Bergman had a pretty good program. They had a good coach, and we went to the state championship game 2 years in a row.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. Okay, so in the state championship, do you remember who you played?
It was the first year, my freshman year, we played Manila.
Okay. And
then my sophomore year, we played CAC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Mustangs, they're not too far from here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, that's awesome. So you've already had some state championship playing experience. I'm sure you'd like to get back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also, interesting when family members have been involved in a sport that you love, and I know that your grandfather was a great basketball player.
Mhm.
So tell me about that.
So he went to Payette, and he was a part of the state championship winning team
Okay.
in 1968.
Oh my goodness. And
Mhm.
so, as I understand it, he was the MVP that year. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? So,
Yes, sir.
and I think he's passed on though. Is
Hmm.
that correct? So I'm sure he's looking down from heaven and he's proud of you
Hmm.
and
Yes, sir.
seeing that his grandson's playing and doing so well. So I know that's a great blessing too. I have three daughters, and my daughters all three play basketball, and they started in the first grade. We started with upward basketball.
I was
So
in that too.
where you,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so it's fun, and officially they don't keep score, but everyone keeps score.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what your record's like. So that's great. So you've just grown up with basketball and you're still playing, and then we get to it's your senior year, and next year you're going to be done with high school basketball. Have you given any thought to playing beyond high school?
I've given a little thought. I really don't know yet what
Okay,
I want to
very
do,
good,
but
very
I'm
good,
thinking whatever comes my way, then I'll just make the decision.
very good. Well, I hope that someone knows someone watching this podcast that sees this interview with this young man, and you can just tell sitting with him that he's a leader. He needs to be playing college basketball, hopefully somewhere in Arkansas next year, and setting records for assists at the college level, because I think that's something that he can do, and I would be honored. And as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and say it. Your first college game, I'm going to be there. I don't care where it is. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to have my little. I used to keep stat books, or at least I would always read them. You can't really do that while you're coaching, but there's that box for assists, and that's everybody wants to run over and see how many points they had. But I would always look at that for assists. So
See, yeah, that's what I do in the game. I go there, I'm like, how many assists?
that's right, absolutely. So that's what I'm going to be looking for you, and I certainly hope you'll be playing college basketball next year, because I know that there's so many teams in Arkansas at whatever level that you play that you could just help them, but not only by being assists, but being a great young man, being a great leader of men on the court, and bringing a team together. And I also understand that you kind of have a core group of young men that kind of joined you and came over to Lead Hill. So you've already kind of led a team to come together and try to win at a high level at Lead Hill. Well, that's very exciting. So, it is kind of early in the basketball season still. So I asked, I just said, can we, Dawson, talk just a little bit about college basketball? And that's a dangerous thing, because we do not get into any controversy in this podcast, or at least we try to avoid it. But I'm a Razorback fan, so I'm excited about the players that Coach Cal's been able to assemble on this team. Of course, if you look at the SEC, all the teams are so good from top to bottom. It's such a great league, and then there's so many conferences that just seem packed with good teams this year. So I don't know. I'm going to be pulling for Arkansas. I tell you though, Alabama looks good. I think Auburn's going to be good again. Tennessee is always so good, and so much respect for their coach. So who are you a fan of?
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah, yeah. Do you think they're going to have a pretty good season?
Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, they have the two freshmen that are so good, but sometimes I think there's a little bit of a step up, so I'm hoping they'll get up to speed pretty quick, and that they'll have a really good year. But I don't really talk about pro basketball very much, because I just don't know much about professional basketball. I know much more about high school and college, but I do. I call myself a LA Lakers fan. I was a Magic Johnson fan in the 1970s, and so it's so sometimes you just have to find a team to pull for. But well, I am talking today to Dawson Lively, who is a senior point guard for Lead Hill, the Lead Hill Tigers. And it's so great to get to visit with you, Dawson. And if we had to say that Lead Hill has a sort of a game coming up on the schedule, if my viewers wanted to come watch one game, what game would you say would be the game they should watch?
So when we get into the flipping tournament, I feel like the game against flipping.
Okay.
That'd be the one.
Okay.
I mean, they beat us.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna.
The only loss you've had,
Mm-hmm.
and it was not a blowout or anything. All of your games have been pretty close. Although I did see a pretty good team on paper that y'all beat by over 20 points, and so y'all really done a good job of scoring this year. So what you're advising is this tournament. If you end up playing flipping, people ought to watch.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It'll be a good game to watch.
All right. Well, that's very good. Well, I tell you, I'm so excited to get to meet you, Dawson, and visit with you. I'm hoping that maybe at the end of the season, I'm hoping I can speak to the assist leader, the all-time record holder, and maybe the next time we visit, you'll have a little bit more information on maybe where you're going to be next year, because I can't imagine that you're not going to be snatched up by some college or university that wants a guy that really understands the game, because you got to understand the game to be making those kinds of assists. I'm excited. No, let me just say one other thing that I have heard, and I know a lot of times it comes down to like height, and people say you got to be a certain height to play D1 ball, or my daughter was told that in volleyball because she was 5'8", and so they say, well, to be an outside hitter in D1, you need to be whatever tall, 5'11", 6 foot, or whatever. But one thing that I believe is that God has a plan for our lives, and He can get us exactly where He wants us to be. And I know He has a plan for your life, and He made you the height that you are on purpose. And so obviously that has to be part of the plan. So it's not like He was just keeping you from a goal or a dream that you might have. So I just believe that you'll be exactly where God wants you to be, and that it will be just tailored for you, and you're exactly the height that you need to be. You don't have to be 7 foot tall to make assists. As a matter of fact, those are usually the guys you're making assists to, the tall guys. But, well, listen, thank you again. Thank you for coming here for this podcast and to share with my viewers. And really, this is kind of our basketball kickoff, because I've wanted to get just the perfect young man to lead us off. And I hope to be bringing some other folks to you in the near future. But I cannot imagine having anybody better, a record setter in assists, Dawson Lively. Remember that name, because I think you're going to be hearing it for a long time. Dawson, thank you so much for being part of this. I'm honored to have you here today. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.
Come on, all the earth, raise a shout tonight, lift the name up high, make that praise shine bright, tell the world how great His works can be. When the proud fall down, He sets the captives free. Shout on the river road, sing it loud and plain.